I'm Shannon. I'm originally from Virginia, but right now I live in Seoul, South Korea, stationed here with the Army. And I've been here about 18 months so far. I've been on and off looking for a dog for a while, but never really found one that seemed like he would be the right fit. And then my friend actually posted the website for the chicken farm dogs. And once I was reading about them, I was just compelled to go meet them and fell in love with one or two of them there. When I went to the shelter, I originally went to look at Green, and I really liked him. But then I also saw Swayze, formerly Kelly, at the shelter, and he definitely seemed like he was a little more open to people and being around them. Um, so I was just drawn to him and his personality, and he seemed like he'd be a really fun dog. The most challenging thing about a rescue dog, first I would say, is definitely getting to know their schedule and whether they have anxiety when you leave or if they're house trained, and then doing that basic training with them. And then the next thing is just trying to get them to get used to the world around them. So for Swayze, when we walk, he doesn't like to go new routes. He only likes to go down one or two streets that he's familiar with. So it's trying to find that balance of forcing him to do something that he might be scared to do, or letting him have it his way and only stay confined to a smaller area. So it's kind of difficult to decide which one is better for him, but ultimately, he's getting used to the world not being so scary. The most rewarding thing, definitely when Swayze does something that he was previously afraid to do. So whether it's going up and down stairs or walking a new way down the street, just like really small things to most people, but for a dog that's never lived in a house before, it's really big for him. So, and then just knowing that this dog could have ended up as somebody's dinner, sadly enough, and now he's living in a home and he has a bed and all the toys he could want. So it's really rewarding just to see him grow and get used to his surroundings and enjoy life. So a lot of rescues, they don't like to adopt dogs, especially in Korea, to soldiers, because soldiers, we've created a bad reputation for ourselves for leaving Korea, but not taking the dogs that we've adopted with us. And it's really unfortunate because there are people out there like myself who really do provide good homes for the dogs and do have a thought out plan for when we leave, and even beyond that, when we get to the US, if we were to deploy or something like that. So I would say to rescues, don't just count out all soldiers, but instead maybe vet them a little better and make sure that they really do have a plan for the long term for who would, watch your dog if you're gone. Make sure that they're willing to put the money into taking it back to the US with them, things like that. But soldiers are a big, big group in Korea of people who want to adopt. So there's a lot of missed opportunities if you count them out. If you want to adopt a rescue dog from Korea, definitely don't go into it expecting the dog to be like your normal everyday family dog. They've been through some really hard times. Some of them have never been around people or have never lived in a home. So they definitely take more patience and more time and love to definitely open up and get used to living with a family and in a house. You need to be prepared to have that commitment to them, to train them and give them the time that they need to open up and not have expectations that are too high right off the bat. I mean, Swayze is a wonderful dog. I definitely don't regret for a minute adopting him. And I wish other people out there would give them a chance because even though they may be a little different than a dog you could find in the US or a dog you get from a breeder, they definitely want to love people. And I hope that they all have a chance to get adopted into a nice home. It definitely breaks my heart to see all these dogs that are going through the dog meat trade and looking at them and realizing that they could just as easily have been somebody's pet walking down the streets of Seoul. And probably some of them were at some time somebody's pet. You have all different breeds going through the dog meat trade and breeds that people in the US spend thousands of dollars on from a breeder. And here they are, just terrified of the world around them. Swayze was a former dog from the Korean meat trade, and now he's living a great life in a home, and he really is a wonderful, wonderful dog. So I truly hope that other people out there give these dogs a chance, and maybe they'll have a chance to have a dog like Swayze in their life.